Hello YouTube, Grand Captain Speedy Dash here. Last time on What If Kakarot Was Born, a Super Saiyan 4, Kakarot was completely defeated by Beerus. How will they protect the Earth from Beerus? Find out now. Elder Kai gets in contact with Raditz and Nappa to warn them about Beerus heading to Earth and that they need to try and keep Beerus happy. Just then, Beerus arrives to ask Nappa and Raditz if they know anything about the Super Saiyan God, but both are clueless. Bulma notices them talking and goes over to invite them to her birthday party, with Beerus happily joining the party. Raditz and Nappa are able to keep Beerus happy throughout the party, but as Beerus is about to leave, Kakarot teleports in. Beerus is surprised by Kakarot showing up and questions if Kakarot figured something out, but Kakarot admits he still can't think of a way to compete with Beerus. However, he asks Bulma if he can use the Dragon Balls to ask Shenron about the Super Saiyan God. Quick aside, as I did forget about it, Kakarot with the help of King Kai was able to recruit Dende for Earth's new guardian after Kami, similar to canon. They summon Shenron and wish for Shenron to bring the Super Saiyan God to them. Shenron states there isn't a Super Saiyan God and informs them about the Super Saiyan God ritual before requesting Beerus' permission to leave. They question if the ritual would even work on Kakarot or Gohan and instead decide that Raditz is the best choice. After performing the ritual, Raditz becomes a Super Saiyan God. Beerus is happy that his patience has been rewarded and prepares to fight Raditz. Raditz slowly becomes accustomed to the new power he has gained. The fight continues for a while, but it becomes quite clear, even at his best, Raditz is still no match for Beerus and loses the fight. Beerus states that the fight was satisfactory and that he'll spare the Earth. Kakarot asks if they could get training to be able to give Beerus an even better fight, with Beerus accepting on the condition that they bring food every time they visit his planet. Kakarot, Raditz, and Nappa are the ones that train the most on Beerus' planet. Thanks to the ritual, Raditz is the strongest, however Kakarot is trying hard to catch up. Time passes until some of Frieza's men collect the Dragon Balls and summon Shenron, wishing Frieza back to life. With Frieza revived, they leave the Earth. Once he recovers, Frieza is caught up on what has happened since his death. Frieza decides he's gonna train, thinking it will only take him 6 months to surpass the Saiyans. After 4 months, Frieza decides that he's ready and heads off to Earth. Arriving on Earth, Frieza and his army are quickly confronted by the Dragon Team members on Earth. Gohan and the other members are able to easily take out the army. With his army defeated, Frieza steps up to fight, with Gohan ready to take the challenge. Frieza has a slight advantage over Gohan, but Gohan reveals that he has been holding back and transforms into his ultimate form. Ultimate Gohan begins dominating Frieza, with him arrogantly insulting Frieza, but Frieza reveals he was also holding back. Golden Frieza quickly starts overpowering Gohan, with Gohan beginning to feel his rage grow. The fight continues with Gohan's rage increasing his power while Golden Frieza's power soon starts dropping until Gohan begins beating Frieza again. Frieza begins getting frustrated how the fight has turned, but reveals he had planned for this and his backup plan fatally wounds Gohan. With Gohan down, Frieza is once again becoming overconfident, but suddenly Kakarot, Raditz, Beerus, and Whis teleport in. Frieza is surprised to see Beerus, but Beerus states that he's just here for the food. Raditz gives Gohan a senzu before getting ready to fight Frieza himself. Raditz immediately goes Super Saiyan Blue and dominates Frieza. Frieza is shortly knocked out of his golden form, with Raditz preparing to kill Frieza, but Frieza blows up the Earth before Raditz does. Whis rewinds time to allow Kakarot to finish Frieza, saving the Earth. Shortly after getting back to training, Kakarot unlocks Super Saiyan 4 Blue. Kakarot in the new form pushes quite a bit beyond Gohan and Raditz. Raditz is getting close to giving up on competing with Kakarot, but Bardock has something to reveal. Bardock transforms into his own Super Saiyan 4 form. Raditz is completely shocked, with Bardock revealing that after fusing with Kakarot, he had a hunch that he could go Super Saiyan 4 as well. Returning to normal, Bardock states he'll train Raditz to be able to go Super Saiyan 4 as well. Time passes until Beerus' brother Champa comes to visit, with Champa's latest visit leading to the Tournament of Destroyers. Beerus tells Kakarot that he needs to find 4 more members for their team. After gathering a team of 5, Kakarot and Raditz enter a upgraded room of spirit and time to train until it's time for the tournament. At the arena for the Tournament of Destroyers, they play Rochambeau to decide the order. The order they decide on is Kakarot, Piccolo, Nappa, Raditz, and Gohan. Kakarot and Batamo enter the ring as the first fighters for their universes. Batamo's weird body does give Kakarot some trouble, but ultimately Kakarot is able to toss Batamo out of the ring. Frost enters the ring as the next fighter for Universe 6. Kakarot is quite easily beating Frost even after Frost goes to his final form. Frost, being backed into a corner, resorts to cheating, but as he prepares to knock Kakarot out of the ring, Kakarot's body dodges just barely, with Kakarot regaining full control at the right time to counter, knocking Frost out of the ring. Vegeta enters the ring as the next fighter for Universe 6. Kakarot does struggle a bit, but during a final clash, yells an insult that helps him knock Vegeta out of the ring. Kaba enters the ring as the next fighter for Universe 6. Kakarot is easily beating Kaba, but gets curious why Kaba hasn't gone Super Saiyan, with Kaba asking what Super Saiyan is. Despite his best efforts, Kakarot isn't able to teach Kaba how to go Super Saiyan before knocking Kaba out of the ring. Hit enters the ring as the next and final fighter for Universe 6. Kakarot is at a huge disadvantage against Hit's time skip ability until he goes Super Saiyan 4 Blue. Hit's ability stops working on Kakarot, with him getting beaten, and shortly begins evolving his technique, allowing him to start overpowering Kakarot. Kakarot is close to losing when he unveils something he's been working on and stacks Kaioken on top of Super Saiyan 4 Blue. Hit tries to evolve his technique more, but isn't able to keep up and gets knocked out of the ring. Zeno arrives as he was interested in the tournament, with Kakarot befriending Zeno as normal. After Zeno leaves, Beerus makes his wish on the Super Dragon Balls before they all head home. Time passes until a time machine crashes at Capsule Corp. Trunks is able to pull Gohan out of it, but is shocked at finding that Gohan is missing an arm. Bulma realizes that it's future Gohan and calls Kakarot and Raditz to come help. Kakarot quickly gets Senzu before teleporting to Capsule Corp. After giving Gohan the Senzu, Gohan wakes up and attacks Kakarot. Bulma slaps Gohan, asking what does he think he's doing, with Gohan apologizing once he realized his mistake. Future Gohan explains that he thought he had failed to go back in time because his timeline is getting attacked by someone that looks like Kakarot. Just as Future Gohan finishes explaining, a time portal opens up with Kakarot Black coming out of the portal. Future Gohan is shocked that Black was able to follow him back in time, with Kakarot flying up, curious to test Black's strength. Black has a solid edge over Kakarot until Kakarot transforms into Super Saiyan 4 Blue. Kakarot begins dominating Black until suddenly the time portal reopens and drags Black back to the future. Future Gohan is surprised at how much stronger Kakarot has gotten. Beerus tells Kakarot that he wants his assistance in investigating some worrying details about Black, while Raditz says he'll help Future Gohan to take his strength to the next level. Beerus and the others visit each Kai's planet until they finally reach Goatsu's universe. Goatsu is surprised to see Beerus and asks about the reason for the visit. Beerus explains that they encountered someone that appeared to have a time ring and they were checking up on all the time rings. After they confirm the time ring is secure, Kakarot asks Zamasu for a sparring match. Zamasu tries his hardest but is completely overpowered by Kakarot. Kakarot thanks Zamasu for the match before they leave. After leaving, Kakarot confirms that Zamasu is most likely Black, but there is something slightly different about them. Meanwhile, Raditz and Future Gohan enter the Room of Spirit and Time. It takes quite a bit of time, but Future Gohan learns how to go Super Saiyan 4 Blue. Just as Beerus returns home, Whis gets a message from the Grand Priest that Zeno wants to see Kakarot again. Whis recommends they head over to the sacred planet of the Kais and get Shin to teleport them right to Zeno. Kakarot and Whis teleport to Shin and explain the situation, with Kibito being a bit jealous that Kakarot gets to go to Zeno's palace. Shin teleports Kakarot and Whis to Zeno's palace, with them quickly greeting Zeno. Kakarot is happy to see Zeno, but is able to talk Zeno into postponing them hanging out, promising to bring someone fun for Zeno when they do hang out. Zeno does give Kakarot the Zeno button before Kakarot and the others leave. On the sacred planet of the Kais, Kakarot admits to giving Zeno a bad promise because he really needs to get back to Earth. Elder Kai offers the Botara earrings as a helpful tool, but Whis corrects Elder Kai that the Botara only lasts an hour for mortals. This is where I'll end the part for now. How will Raditz's training of Future Gohan affect the next part? Find out next time on What If Kakarot Was Born a Super Saiyan 4? If you enjoy my content, check out my Steam group and Discord to join the community I'm building, as well as liking the video and subscribing to my channel. And if you have any money to spare, maybe consider throwing a little of it my way. And as always, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are.